Nowadays, not poverty mentality or anything. If you think about buying bread, at times it look like luxury.
Yes.
Or egg.
Because of the price. Yeah.
Because of the price.
Price.
Yeah.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Andersen Chatroom. Andersen Chatroom is a place where we'll be having conversations about what we do during 9 to 5, before 9 to 5, and after 9 to 5. And today we have a very interesting topic, and I have beautiful guests in the studio to discuss a lot of issues surrounding Gen Z and finances. I have with me in the Andersen Chatroom today
Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi.
Adebola.
Adebola. You're welcome, Adebola.
Thank you.
My name is Lateef.
Hi, Lateef. You're welcome. Guys, I have Lateef, Adebola, and Daniel in the chat room today. I will be discussing Gen Z and finance. Okay, so I will be starting with Lateef. Lateef, what does financial independence mean to you?
From my own perspective, financial independence being that making your own money work for you. So either you in direct investments or indirect investments, or just doing some little in and out, buying and selling. At least you make your money works for you. Not that you're just keeping your money in this place, like no interest, nothing.
Okay, I like that. I like that perspective on financial independence. Adebola, what do you think?
I think it's actually a fresh perspective because I believe in money working for you, right? But if you had asked me what financial independence means to you, I would have said something different.
Please tell us.
And that would be being able to afford a comfortable lifestyle and without stress.
Oh, I love that. Waking up in the morning, I
Would
see you get. Yes, babe. I love that.
So I want to travel today and I'm like, I can afford it. I want to give to people I can afford it without thinking so much about it. So that's what financial independence
means to you, Daniel.
For me, I growing up with my dad, then you say, I want to eat what I feel like eating, not what I see and what my money at the time can afford. So it just, for me, I think financial independence is when you see you can do what you want to do without being restricted with finance or with money. Because you just because you don't have the money, you can't do it. Then you now have to do something like what they call scale of preference. So say, okay, I will do this later, I will now do this. But with financial independence or something, you just don't have something that can hold you back. That's just it.
I like it. I like the fresh perspective that Lateef gave to us also, because that will also have been my own definition of financial independence, that I wake up in the morning and I can afford whatever I want to afford. I can go anywhere I want to go in the world. So there's something that pops up in my brain now. It's about revenue, what comes in your income and your expenditure. And looking at our economy in Nigeria today, do you think it is in increasing your revenue or reducing your expenditure? What is the way to go? Adebola.
Nigeria's economy as of today. To reduce your expenditure and to increase your revenue. I think unconsciously, the way the economy is shaped now, we all have to have more than one source of income. Because even if you're spending the same amount you would have spent like maybe 10 years ago, it's going on like more little things. For instance, if you're going to spend 10,000 on like getting rice, beans, and oil in like small portions in previous years, it would have been easier. But now you cannot spend just 10,000 for rice, beans, oil, and all of that. So you have to, it's either, there's no way you can just reduce your expenditure because of evaluation of Naira, right? And you also have to consider increasing your revenue. So I think that'll be it.
Do you have anyone that have another opinion aside?
Well, I still go with increasing the revenue, but we shouldn't also forget about reducing our expenses as well. Because irrespective of how much one's earn at a point in time, if you are not you don't constrain yourself about how you spend, at times you feel like getting something, but you don't actually need that thing. So you get exactly. So you don't, and when you just spend, at the end of the day, when you look at how much you spent and how much that you have, the amount you have left at hand, and you ask yourself, why did I buy this? Did I really need this? So you get. And most times, this delayed gratification, once we are able to do like, okay, you want to get this, you have to ask yourself, did I really need this? So I think even while we say we should increase our revenue, we should also be disciplined in spending exactly, so that when the revenue increases, we won't spend it and keep asking ourselves question, where did the money go? See the amount and where did it all go to?
Yeah. On my end, I think it's vice versa. Yeah. So if you are cutting down on your expenses, less in perspective of an introvert, doesn't go out, doesn't do anything. So what's he actually cutting down? That's just it. That's just it. So if you are cutting down your expenses, at first you are spending much. So if you are not spending much, you are not cutting down on anything.
No, but that's where it comes down to budgets now. Like, okay, you have the money,
Yeah.
there are things you want to do. You create a budget plan for it. Like when you are spending that money, you get utility for that money. You derive joy in spending that money.
Yeah.
But when you just spend at whatever you see, take for instance, let me use the African Palace for instance.
That's why I say if you are not spending on anything, what are you cutting down on?
I even want to bring
possible that you not be spending on anything. Even if you are an introvert, is it possible you not be spending on anything?
I just want to say that
Okay.
nowadays, not poverty mentality or anything. If you think about buying bread, at times it look like luxury
Because of the price.
because of the price. So in reality, it's not like you're cutting down your spendings or your expenditure. It's just the way the economy is. Automatically, that pushes you as an individual to even cut down your expenditure. So imagine if you cannot even afford bread or egg or sardine.
What Daniel is trying to say, if I'm right, is the fact that these are basic needs.
Exactly.
Clothing and all that. But there are some extras that you want to buy. I just want myself to feel good. I want to go to and all that. He now say,
For my
just tell yourself.
Even I won't say cut down, just limit.
Exactly. You can't even afford basic needs. The first one.
What I'm saying, when I say cut down, I'm not referring to basic necessities in our day-to-day activity. What I'm referring to, take for example, for ladies, your friend had a party, and the person said, I'm selling Ashwebi, and they bring the price. You can't afford it. Me, I'll tell you, I can't afford it too. But okay,
Some of us will buy it and buy it.
I will send something. You get at your own that you feel it won't be cause a financial burden to you, or cause you start thinking at that point in time. So when you send that stuff, you won't feel it. But when you pressure yourself to buy it after the party, what next? You now be making it clothes. And the funny part of it is you didn't wear that clothes for a very long time.
Exactly. Because the next party will now be maybe onions. Banners or onions and
Mosquito red.
you won't be able to wear it again.
Mosquito red.
Chris Brown.
I know one of us Daniel mentioned budgets the other time here. So I want to ask us, do we have any app that we use in tracking our savings or even our spending as Gen Z or millennials in the workplace? Or we just see, the money is in the pocket? Yes.
Yeah, very traditional. So I write down my expenses. Although I can recommend some apps that you can use to track, like Tracker. You can use to track your budget. But one thing I do is to write down my expenses even before they come. Right? And another thing is I go through my bank statements on a monthly basis, like, how did I spend my money last month? What am I spending on? So those are the two things I do. Basically writing it out.
For me, I know too, like for the past 10 years, I've been a very strict budgeting person. I budget and I do it on the 15th of every month. I'll say, okay, before the next salary, what am I going to use my money for and all that. And I also look at other places where money coming from. Then I say, okay, this one is coming, this one is this. And these are the things I want to. And I think it's very essential that we do budgeting. What is that one thing that you wish you were taught, while growing up about money?
In school then, they tell you what we do about compound interest. Well, I can't relate it to real life, to the activity, but I was like, look, we just do it. And the first time I heard about shares, there was a time in 2008 when my dad lost a lot of money in shares then. I think it was that period, those wrong kids then. And since then, I had a phobia for stocks. So when you tell invest in stocks, and I won't go know that too, because I know what my dad went through this period. So, but along the line, I think joining Andersen has helped me and shaped a part of my investment life. I get to know about the money market, the fixed investment, and the likes. And when we invest in that, I just dedicate a certain amount of money to just your money market. If you do the future value, let's say you're doing 50K per month, and you do the future value in 15 years, I think you get to like 22 million. Well, you don't like it from your side, just drop it and just forget about it and invest in on a monthly basis for 50 years constant. Net of 50 years, calculate the future value, I think 50 and 22 million plus. So that does it. And when I get to know about that, these days I preach it to people. You don't need to invest in large sum of money. As low as 5,000, I know they can see money market. Yes. And I know when I started working after my NYLC thing, and then the income started increasing, then I know I had a lot of things to buy. I keep asking people, what can someone invest in? But people keep saying, do you have up to 1 million here? Yeah, I said you need more. The soon true is like, but now I know that as little as 5,000 there, I can get this, and those are so convenient that it don't affect my expenses for that month. She gets, and I think since then, since I got to know about it, I appreciate people and I also do it, and I've been loving each morning when I wake up. I look at how much interest has planned my money, and I check. Yes, me.
Adebola.
Okay, so I mean, like every other person has said, still investments, right? But for me, particularly, it would have been what should I look out for when investing? For instance, returns on investments, like ROI. Should it be high? Should it be low? And then where should I invest my money in, right? Because right from time, I love savings. I used to say I'm a savings addict. I'd rather not irritate people, but then I'll just save my money. And then I think there was this.
So you did pause it.
No, I can explain. So that's family thing about the ROI thing, because if I know that, okay, if you are looking for a good investment, you should not be looking at 40% maybe every 3 months or monthly. You should look at maybe 15% or 20% or 25%. Yeah. I would have done better, right? And if I had known about money mutual funds too, I would have done better. If I had known that, as little as 5,000 naira, I can invest in mutual funds, and then in the nearest future, I will get more, I would have done better. So yeah, so I think that would have been it. Was it look?
They do the experience that's taught you.
I learned to.
That's a good one. Okay, guys, let's talk about black tax. I like that. Let's talk about it, because I believe, for me, it's been a real issue. And fine, I'm getting better now at it and all that, and how to handle it. But I would just want us to talk about it generally. Do you think without black tax we'll be better off financially? I love the way you sighed.
There's a blessing attached to it. There's blessing.
As well as that okay, and there are some that whether I like it or not would come impromptu.
Exactly.
There's no way for you.
But do you also think that during this our black tax thing, our mentality make us indulge some member of our families without really looking at how best to help them, without aside financially? Because for me, it has happened that I felt like I was doing financially no assistance like that. And I thought at the point that this person needs direction, not money.
Yes.
So sometimes we give money instead of direction, instead of guidance. Teach them out of Sanji's a fish. Yeah, thank you. So if you start giving people fish for like 2-3 years and they don't even know how to catch it in any way, then you know that you're not doing good by them. So sometimes I don't know if you think so too, that we don't, apart from our parents, that you cannot say you're head or Jesus.
So me, I think we categorize it into 2 parts. That being if you are doing it for dependents and investors. So if it's for depending people, you are not indulging there. You are doing it.
So how do you know those that are independent and those that
depend on who comes for you? Like say, so as my age mate or my junior. So if he keeps asking for money.
The person does not have a job or something that they
At least he or she must have picked up 1 or 2 skills. You can leverage on it. I know help you find the way you can. But see with elderly people. What do you watch in Lotte?
no first.
That is it. Most of my black pass is on dependence.
Okay.
So which gives me no room.
So you have only
It's what to do
with it.
with it. I mean, any one that forced to be other artillery, I first of all look at the person. Like, okay, if the person is doing okay or not financially okay, and I'm aware of it, okay, anything too, I can do. But if you are not offering anything and you expect me to be indulging you, no. Either I cut you off. Push you out. Jeez. Even recently, someone has been on my neck. So I told you my own situation. She sent me account number. Do you think
You got me funny like that.
what I am going through?
Going through and you don't even
You
know.
listen, he sent on WhatsApp chat, sent a text message again.
Just in case you did not see it, no.
Case now.
He not even called. Have I seen like she is there and no response to that chat? No text up, return the call. Because I already told you what I'm going this thing. You are still expecting me to send fund
So you
to
again.
you. Oh, understand my reply too. It's just this.
Because they will
Black tax. Should we explain what black tax is?
okay, I think we should in case some
So in simple says billion.
feeling.
Like parents and maybe external parties that are not like your family, but most times it's family members that it. So for me, what I do is I had a discussion with my mom, very real discussion. To the house is how much I can give you consistently, monthly, all right? So it's not like a very, very big amount that maybe next month I'll be like, I have other expenses, now let me that affect your other. So I just made us like, okay, then another one another option. Do you want a lump sum as in any into of every cake, or then you want it monthly? Then we make him to walk around extra. So the first thing I did was to decide that, okay, within myself, before I had conversation with her, this is the amount I can put down after my tithes, after my transport spare, after my savings and investment. Because if you just pick one amount like that, and then you're like, oh, you want to start saving for your children, trust up toothpick. And then you're like, you want to commit this particular amount to your family members, it might not work.
Sure.
So that conversation I'm telling you also like very, very important. And then she agreed and okay, that's fine. Then she confident in the mother, she right. I said, Mommy, I've not really settled you, but I'll see my dad is to my budget. Well, don't stress me. I'm like, I will just tell her, even at times she'll be like, Bolu. Feel like it's not like I'm wicked, but if you don't,
Of course, that's not wicked.
if you, at times maybe before in the past I want to feel guilty, but then now I'm like, if you really don't put that boundary,
of course.
or if you don't have that agreement, you just do things
Early.
excessively.
If you don't put it early and you now start putting it late, you will look as if, oh, now you're not a big
To you,
deal. But if they know it's on ground even before then,
yeah.
can help. Then
For me, just like Obula said, that's actually what I did. Because I think after I lost my dad and my siblings, some of them that are still in school and they are not done yet, I asked them, okay, how much do you think will be enough for you guys to just get foodstuffs on a monthly basis? So, and I said, okay, you don't go to roadside to buy, go to the main market to buy, which is actually cheaper. And I said, okay, so we came at a figure. I said, okay, this is the amount I can afford on a monthly basis. So most times, at times, the food they got the previous months, we not exhausted it. I said, since I will see, but I'll just send it to the case I want to finish, go and buy it. Then, so that has helped me. The other part of my siblings that they're actually working. But because they know I'm working at that same time. Or they come to my house and you see how the film is looking like. It's like, Fana, send me something. First of all, hearing you on your WhatsApp as listener, send something. But there was a time I was sending. Last time I was like, what these guys are working? What are they doing? They are all money. So each time they ask me that, as someone said, like, they say, "Boy, tie." So once they are greeting me, and I see that the greeting is getting long, I'll just start saying, me too, I'll be putting complaint there. So by the time he wants to ask me, just like there was a day my brother called me, I was like, I said, they nothing. They say, no, I say you must. But over time, they found out that each time I kept saying no, he stopped asking. He don't ask. Each time they call now, like, yes, I wanted to say hi. How you doing? Say fine, and I'll be fine. And the only time they will ask, and one thing about me is, if you ask me, I ask questions. So what do you want to do? Use it for? What is this? What is that? So I have my limits. If it's for food, because I've been hunger has eaten me before, and I know how it felt.
Yeah.
I'm certain to that. If you maybe want to pay something in school and you don't have that money,
So what if I know already that hunger softens?
That's your weak
So I
point.
use it.
not up to. But I know I'm giving you more. Look now.
Do you
Once
use
in a while, just like I'm hungry. That's all.
Because if I know, I would just say, guy. And
Oh, but then you cannot really know. What if the person is being honest?
So the amount
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it from the other part. He's looking at it from, okay, if you tell me that you're hungry, there's nothing like I'm getting or give. But if I now know that
That's your weak point.
I'll be hungry every day.
if you reach a point,
You will know.
you know that no, this CC brother.
And one of the things I was telling one of my friends recently was, as you're trying to create boundary with your own parents, also think about your own future. Like, I don't want to grow up and be like this burden to my own child, and my child is trying to create boundary and saying, oh, my mommy will soon call, or my daddy will soon call, what kind of. So we should start building that future that will not make us a burden to our own children. That even if we call them gladly, they will pick their call. They will not say, another bill. Do you understand? That even if they need money for their business, I can say, oh, let me do 30, 50% and support you. That's the kind of future we should also be looking towards.
Yeah.
And that's why we are saying that savings is very, very important. That's how, we should save. It's very, very important. Okay, so last question, everyone. How has working in Andersen, influence your financial habits or literacy? Do you think it has influenced it in any way? Or
To me, yes.
okay.
Yes. Most especially last time we had this financial budgeting
Training.
Yeah. That really opens the locks. Because if you don't understand the basis, what do you want to invest? How do you want to say yes? Some of my friends made mention about money markets. Maybe sometime last month. My mind. Sorry. Though I do monthly invest. But the guy just post something about it yesterday that we need to talk a lot. And when I saw that message, I opened my account, transfer.
Let me start from the beginning. So I remember, was it February when we had this unit onboarding. Afterwards, we had like a side chat. It was not like an official onboarding. So just like, oh, let's talk about personal finances. And that was just like the management, like, talking to some of us about personal finances, how we can manage our finances and everything. Because they've been hearing that, oh, there's no money, maybe like middle of the month, you just hear some people saying they're broke and they're like, what are you spending your money on? And they were bothered about it and they thought of a solution. So that was when they mentioned again money mutual funds. So before that, like Lateef, he has like I've also heard about it, but I was not like taking it seriously because I did not like have an avenue. Like, okay, who am I going to reach out to and how will I go about it? I really want to know about it before I like push my finances into it. Yeah. So a number of them were already into it. So it was like, okay, that gave me like a push to like actively look for maybe a customer or someone that is in charge of maybe an agent or something. So yeah, so after that, I started money mutual fund testimony. Praise the Lord, somebody. So yes, there's that. And then they also shared like a budget template.
Okay.
I'm guilty, I did not use it, but yeah. They shared that to where you can track your budget and everything. Yeah. So that was, I think that's one. And yeah, I think basically that's it. Savings and investments.
Thank you. Danny.
For me, I've been just like Rick said, the investment, money mutual fund. I've read about it, but I don't know how to go about it. There was a time there's this first band, something like that I had on my phone. I tried to invest. I said, okay, let me even try. Let me say I use. He said as little as 5K. So that was around 2022, thereabout. So I transferred money into the account. Money bounced back. Type like twice. But the loan person I can reach out to. So like, okay, so I don't feel what about it. I need to. So I think after the training on that financial project I was doing, it opened my eyes to, and another advantage I had because I'm in finance, I see some of the things inside, and the third party people we communicate with those at the part. There was a time I had the guy's number, so the guy posted something on the status that said, and the guy gets this investment, blah blah blah. So I just started, I just briefly, he can do 100K, nah. I said, yeah, nah. So one day, I think on a Sunday, I didn't go to church that day. On my system, I was working. So I just said, okay, here now investment, let me even look at it. So I was just looking at it. I opened the site, registered, uploaded all the necessary documents. They asked me to upload. Then I transferred, because then once you just registered, they give you an account number to Mastercard. So when I transferred the money to there, I just transferred the back here. I just look at money. So they said you will invest it 12 o'clock the following day. So I forgotten about it. Like 3 days later or 4 days, I say, hey, this money that I said I invested.
Let me check.
But see, it was only a month. I said, hey, this one I said I invested. Let me even see how far it has gone. Then I opened my system. I saw 2K inches. I say, oh, every day I'll be looking at it.
There's this joy.
There's this joy.
Yeah, very neat. So maybe because I check it on my phone and you know one thing with your phone, because I check it constantly. Each time I move to maybe TikTok most time. What I'll be seeing this and then invest this. Yes. They get that hard body day. Yeah. Whatever you are checking most.
What they was reading. We thank God it's good thing that you're checking.
Oh, don't see people don't say if you can say this for 10 years, this is the amount you get after 10 years, you are consistent. I hear you are like, wow. So there was a time someone chatted me and said, okay, do an insurance for your child, something. A friend called me and said someone also chatted him up on that. Yeah, I now asked him, how much did the person say you get if I listed some amount? He said the person said it is investing what do you call it? If he's investing 50K at the end of let's say 18 years, he will get like 18 or 20. I say, but if you do money market with 15%, just as always 50%.
Yeah.
That's like 22 million, no. And now it's giving you 18 million. And now money market, like the least is 20.5%. Yeah. So you see the difference. That's like, wow. So I'll tell the person that I'll get back to you. I'm going to really. So, but that really, and that's what I will see as doing live and open my eyes to
a lot of friends. Yeah. Thank you. So our take home for today is that while we know that as Gen Z, we want the good life, even as millennials, we want the good life, we want the beautiful life. We have seen that it is in delayed gratification that it happens. When you delay that thing that you want at the moment and say, I will save instead of spending recklessly. Let me save, let me look at this. And I don't want to become a burden while, at my older years, when I'm like 60, 70, I don't want to become a burden. And you need to start now if we know that that's what our goal is, So, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And everyone, thank you very much for listening to us and watching us. And we'll be back very soon with another episode of the Andersen Chatroom. Bye.